another match point.
Incredible third set here.
They changed their strategy a little bit and they fought their way back in.
There it is, game, set, and match. Hello and welcome to the 2024-25 APTA Tour. We're live from the Cleveland Racquet Club in Cleveland, Ohio, bringing you the Cleveland Masters with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership and our tour presenting sponsors Volley and Corient. Tournament support has been provided by the following local sponsors: Carnegie Investment Council, Compass Group, the Delaney Group, Elk and Elk, Gilmore Security, Trombold Equipment, and Viking. I'm Randy Markey along with Chris Clamp here, bringing you the men's semifinal between Dan Hansen and Dan Hersh versus Tom Murphy and Andrew Ong. Welcome, Chris.
Hey, thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Tell us a little bit about who these guys are.
Well, we've got a good matchup here. We've got, looks like on the far side, on the the ad side, we've got a local who moved away from us, Andrew Ong. He's in Chicago now. He's going to play the ad court.
With the man bun?
With the man bun. His partner is Tom Murphy of Indianapolis. And I know he's certainly a great player, but I haven't had a chance to watch him yet, so I'm looking forward to that.
There.
Yeah, that's what I hear. On the far side, playing the deuce court, we've got Dan Hansen from Mystic, Connecticut. He's he's the lefty on that side, and on the ad side, we've got Dan Hersh. He's hailing from Delaware. So 3 of these guys are new to me, so I'm really looking forward to watching this.
Got a lot of firepower, a lot of athleticism on the court here this afternoon. This is going to be a fun match to watch.
Yeah, we did a little research just before we went live here, and it looks like both teams have had some success. They've played some together. I know Andrew and Tom are the 17th ranked team in the country, so they're obviously pretty formidable, and the other guys are 22nd as a team, so very, as far as rankings are concerned, they're pretty close.
You guys have a game ball?
Well, we know that Andrew Ong has every shot there is. And it's all going to come down to execution.
I'll tell you what, not only does he have every shot, he also has a ton of speed.
He does. I think, you know, as he's matured in his playing, and I say this as a guy who can only, in my wildest dreams, hope to ever play as well as he does. But as I've watched him develop over the last couple of years, his choices are getting better. He's more strategic. He's slowing things down when they need to slow down. He's attacking when he needs to attack. But he's really becoming quite a formidable player.
Right. His rise to stardom within the sport was huge, but I have a feeling it's continuing to grow as he, like you said, matures and just gets on the court with more and more of these top-ranked players. He'll be more of the mainstay himself.
And an all-around nice guy. He's just a terrific character.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, he mentioned me when they still have the family home in Cleveland. It's actually down by Akron, but he chose not to stay there as it's about an hour away. And it's good to have a guy like that back in Cleveland. Another one is Mike Wagner. Grew up in Cleveland, played his college tennis in Cleveland, moved to Pittsburgh, found paddle, and he's got a very high ranking and a very low PTI.
Yes, he does. I have a funny feeling we're going to see him in the next match.
Look at that serve, a little chest-high sidewinder.
Looks like a little chip.
Yeah. Anything to keep the ball down. I mean, even today it's probably maybe 50 degrees right now, but, you know, the ball's still moving at 50 degrees.
In the chair, we have umpire Bill Young, a local legend in his own right. Great player, fun guy.
He was my former captain on a Thursday night league, so I
go.
love Bill Young. And I think now that this is our third year doing this, I think we each year keep gaining more and more Cleveland guys that are volunteering to be umpires, which is amazing because it helps the staff out here so well that prepares this tournament. When you've got local guys you can call on and they can come in and out, and it's not a headache for them at all. It's great to have these local guys show commitment.
Let's listen to Bill introduce the players here.
Yep. Best of 3 sets with tie breaks. To my right is Dan Hansen from Mystic, Connecticut, and Dan Hersh from Milton, Delaware. To my left is Tom Murphy from Indianapolis and Andrew Ong from Chicago. Dan Hersh is serving first.
So Randy, we saw a couple interesting serving techniques in the warm-up. So we'll see what these guys are willing to do in a match, or if there was just practice.
It's been interesting over the years to watch people trying to find different ways to stymie the drive return.
Yep.
You know, it used to be enough to have a lot of spin on your serve. Nobody seems to care anymore.
No, it seems like the returners eventually always have the advantage.
It's a really interesting dynamic, isn't it? That, you know, in tennis, you have a huge advantage when you're serving, and that is not the case here in paddle.
No.
And 50-50 at best.
You know, when you joke around in tennis, you talk about being on serve, and in paddle, you talk about being on break.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes the rare hold is how you win. And we'll also keep an eye on Dan and Dan, see how they move together as a righty and a lefty, see if they try and keep the forehands in the middle. I'm sure it'll be second nature to them, having played as much as they do.
All right, we're getting ready to light this candle. All right, Dan Hersh to serve to start this match. So we know that we can expect to see Andrew Ong hitting most of the overheads. And because of that
right.
spin that he's able to generate here, that's why he's going to be the one. And the fact that he's young and sprightly, he has the energy to keep going for the entire match. We're also going to see his backhand screen drive is quite a weapon. Tom Murphy's got a big forehand drive that he can pretty well place on a dime. So it's going to be important that they stay away from that forehand on the deuce side. Easier said than done, because he seems to read the situation beautifully.
Love 40.
All right, ironing out a few kinks early. That shot right there, Randy, I want to come back to that.
Yep. That's what I was talking
Yep.
about. And he seems to be able to pull it from anywhere.
Yep.
And we're going to see more of that with Wagner later, I would imagine. Okay, so we're seeing, you know, for club players out there watching, what you just saw there is beautiful positioning by Hansen and Hersh, playing their roles. They're organized, they know what their strategy is, they know who's going to play which ball. He's ducking out of the way. Yeah, he just got a little greedy there from the service line.
Game Murphy on.
Maybe not the best shot at love 40. Now, going back to that shot, Randy, it seems like, you know, every couple of years there seems to be kind of a new hot shot. And it seems like when I'm watching the last 2 days here in Cleveland, people are able to turn their back to the court. And in the past, if they had a two-hander, they might go big out of that corner. But it seems like more and more guys are taking that one and slapping it down the line and kind of getting these guys off balance early. And it used to be a very risky shot, but these guys are making it look pretty easy.
They really are. Yeah, that high side of the net is usually a risky place to put it. And, you know, I just think the capability that a lot of these guys have anymore coming out of, you know, playing D1 tennis, and it's a different level of capability than we saw 10 years ago. There it is.
Yeah, maybe it was worth missing one to find it. If he turns it on now.
Good communication there, calling Andrew off of that ball. So they're clearly favoring that deuce side.
See that ball just take off the back wire. Patient got what he wanted.
Yeah, that was the right choice. You know, sometimes it just comes down to bad luck and execution. He caught the tape. Can't fault him for that one.
Yeah.
30-15.
I think what club players would have trouble even noticing is when you put that much spin on the ball, it literally grabs your paddle and starts to roll off it as you hit it back. It is very difficult just to block it back in.
Yeah, the adjustment you have to make. It's not for the faint of heart. See, Dan saw Andrew close the net and chose not to drive that ball, which is another thing that us club level players need to learn better.
Yeah, right.
If that guy's going to stand on top of the net, don't drive it.
That's a lot of spin right there.
Again, not a bad choice.
40-15.
Some of it might be
Just got a
early
little bit.
match. Yeah, they got to get into a rhythm a little bit better.
Tom just overran that one.
Too quick. My problem as well.
People say that a lot about you. Yeah.
Game, Murphy, Ong. They lead 2-0 in the first set.
All right, the lefty Dan Hansen to serve.
Love 15.
There's that sidewinder.
You know, keeps it low.
15 all.
Yeah, it's got to be a little tough to hang in there, though, when you see a guy step in like that. It's got to be a little intimidating. Maybe looking to get a little extra spin on that.
15-40.
Time to get patient. That's a great
That's
dig.
a big time get. Big time get right there.
30-40.
Oh, that's a shame.
Game Murphy Ong, they lead 3 games to 0.
Tremendous athleticism.
You know, I think one of the things as we keep doing this year to year, you're noticing to win points, it used to be, you know, you could win a point once or twice and win the point. Man, these guys are extending these points, and you've got to win the point sometimes 5 and 6 times.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, like, how you get forced into making silly mistakes when you are trying to make it just a little better because you're tired of playing the same point. And it really catches up to you quickly.
Well, that's a great point. I think, you know, as I was saying, it's time to get patient. You know, oftentimes it really does pay to just dig in and get make them hit one more. Just make them hit one more. Somebody's going to lose patience at some point.
You know, at this stage it's 3-0, so Ong and Murphy can maybe press a little bit. Things are going in their favor. Hansen and Hersh need to get into a rhythm, so they almost need to slow it down even more. Take a little momentum away, maybe get into a little better rhythm themselves. But I don't think matching power and spin is going to be the way to get back into it yet.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they can get their lob game working for them. Keep Ong a little bit closer to that service line rather than inside that service line where he can really go to work with that spin. If they can get him back on the service line or a little bit behind it, it takes that away from him.
Good return.
Love 15. $15 all.
Ong wisely staying back on that screen drive. That's a great shot. Let's see, these are great lobs. They're just beyond the service line. Really not allowing them to create. Tom is over there like a cat waiting to pounce, looking for his opportunity.
It's a great lob. When you're down 3-0 and you're trying to extend the points, you got to make sure you win them. That is tough.
I do like the patience that Hersh and Hansen showed there, though. They weren't trying to do too much. They weren't pressing, right?
Nope, they didn't give him anything too easy to work with.
But, you know, Tom, as I said earlier, was just looking for that opportunity to make that move to the middle and do exactly what he just did, which is unload that big forehand of his. Even when he doesn't hit it hard, it's heavy, and it dies on the paddle if you're not right on top of the net.
40-15.
Yeah. you know, in these rallies, when they get like 20 and 30 and 40, you tend to stay back on that service line a little bit. Like, you got to conserve energy.
40-30.
That one came hot out of the
Sure
neck.
did.
That was a good one. He didn't call it though. You gotta hit. You gotta say ding before it hits in order for it to be your point.
Has to be a big drive if you're that close and miss it, so it has to be a big drive.
I have to wonder if he was thinking about letting it go and couldn't get his paddle out of the way. That was pretty high.
It was pretty high.
Oh, he'd like that one back.
Head out.
You got a little greedy. You got Hansen and Hersh on the board.
Yeah, that's right. I'll tell you what. That's a
whether or not to hit that ball.
eye high, let it fly.
But I got to say, you know, to your point earlier, you know, they lost that by missing and making errors. They didn't get beat. Right?
Correct.
Ong had a fault, a missed drive, hit that overhead out, and then that volley, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, Tom's really looking for that.
He wants to get involved. Sometimes when you're a deuce court player, you get starved a little bit.
But you also have to be careful not to get
15-0.
sucked so far over there and have them dump it.
Absolutely.
They haven't done it to him yet, but I think it's coming.
It could be. He's starting to move more and more.
Yeah. He's on the other side of the hash line. I don't see that underhand serve that much anymore, do you?
No, it's kind of come and gone.
You got 3 or 4 guys doing it.
You know, I've seen some guys break it out on particularly sunny days.
It's a lot of
30
spin.
all.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just kicked off his paddle, as you were talking about earlier.
That is just, it's hard to explain until you've tried to return it. You can literally feel it grab your paddle. That's big.
That's a great shot.
30-40.
Well, Randy, there's a famous
Murphy on.
tennis
They
saying,
lead
it's
4
not
games
a
to 1 in
it's
the
not a
first
break
set.
until you hold, and they didn't hold, so was it really a break?
That's fair. All right, why don't we hear from one of our sponsors, Chris? Tell us about volley.
Sure. Train in real game scenarios with serve and volley. The serves first responsive play drill. Volley's new AI-powered features track your position, the ball, and returns every serve for targeted practice. Try it today on the Volley app.
Have you used one of those machines?
I have not. I know they're amazing. I've got a lot of friends that have put them on social media and showed them working out, and I'm pretty jealous. I'd like to try it.
Yeah.
Have you been on?
I haven't. I know they've got at least one down at the Flats.
Yes.
And I was talking to a buddy last night who's used it and had good things to say about it.
Yeah, it's actually kind of amazing to watch the capabilities of the machine. It's not the old ball machine that just shoots a tennis ball to a particular location.
Yeah, it's reading where you are,
right,
and what you're doing to the ball. And
the fact that you can program everything is unbelievable.
all right, Tom Murphy to serve.
Nice sneaky shot there.
Yeah.
Love 15.
Short backswing. Looked like he could have lobbed it and just punched it.
That's a hell of a pickup. He missed it.
He missed it.
15 all.
Didn't have to be that good. He had Andrew reeling.
You have that volley lob there, Chris?
I've attempted it.
Yeah, Dan would like that one back. It was the right play. Low and slow down the middle.
And they've been inches from a 40-love lead, and here they find themselves down 30-15.
30 all.
It's a good low shot. Good hands. It's not easy to do it.
30-40.
No.
Game, Hansen, Hersh. Murphy on, leads 4 games to 2 in the first set. Love 15.
That's a good dipper right there.
Love 30.
I like that they're taking their time
Sure.
talking through this.
Well, you know, they just got a little momentum with the break, and again, you know, if you get that hold, it's a different set.
Yeah.
Puts a little more pressure on the server next time, but if you end up giving this one up, no harm, no foul. That's large.
Love 40.
Dan Hersh is disgusted with himself right now. I've got that shot.
You know, that he may just try to make it a little bit better because Andrew's pretty crafty, and then you get mad at yourself for doing too much.
All right, so the other thing that we've now seen in the last 2 points is the discipline these guys have to not reach for the volley, right? It's not in their frame, and it's coming in hot. They're letting it go. They're not reaching for it, and they're just picking it up off the back wire. getting back in the point.
Just transition back and start over. There's that one-handed off the, that sneaky one.
Cut Dan way off the net, no man's land.
In the first set.
Murphy and Ong are off to a pretty fast start here. You know, some of it I think is just coming down to execution. It appears to me that, you know, Hansen and Hersh have the tools in their toolkit. They've just been uncharacteristically missing some things that they don't normally miss. And Ong and Murphy have given them plenty of opportunity.
Sure. I think they're certainly in it. I don't see Hansen and Hersh being overwhelmed. They've been in a lot of great long points, but they're just not winning them in the end. Not enough of them.
They've been starting out a couple of times in the I formation, and
You guys want to switch balls?
with Hersh, you know, on that center tape, and then you find him backing off of that in the middle of the point. I'd like to see him stay there,
Get around a little bit, guys.
because it takes that drive away,
Right.
and it really allows Hansen to go to work. But as soon as he drops back, it now becomes a 50-50 ball, right? Who's going to hit it?
Right. I mean, I guess if you play with a lot, you might get it down to a science, but yeah, notice.
If he just stays on that net,
Yeah.
there's no question, right? We know whose ball it is. Tough to hit a roller from 2 feet behind the
service line
service
from your
line.
knees.
That's a better spot to hit it from. That ball looked out to me.
I'll tell you, it's got to be a hard one to call when it's spinning that hard.
Oh, Andrew.
Love 30.
He'd like that one back.
Mm-hmm. First one down the middle. Everything's been at the corners up until then. Out to the backhands over and over.
Here comes a drive.
Yeah. I gotta think that's a missed spot there. Like he was probably trying to keep it to the backhand. It just didn't get over there, and
He hit a little too hard as well.
yeah, he just took advantage of it. Good for him.
Game Hansen Hersh.
All right.
Murphy Ong
Finding
leads
some
5
life.
games to 3 in the first set.
See if Dan Hersh can hold here. And as they say, consolidate the break.
That's right.
Just call me John McEnroe.
Ooh.
That was a gift, huh?
Off speeder.
Love 15.
That's what I'm talking about, right? They were both off the net. I like it better when they were both, you know, playing a position, right? And yeah,
So you can get him to stay right there.
Exactly. But he should not be backing up when you've got Hansen with that lefty overhead. He could have easily taken that ball
15 all.
think about it, like, if, you know, the fact that he had that drop shot was literally because he was sitting on the net.
Yeah. Murphy did a great job closing the net there. That's really set that point up.
15-30.
Took time away from him on that volley and got him on his heels. This is what I'm talking about, right? When he's on top of the net like that, they're a very different team.
You may have nailed it, Randy.
15-40.
Did you know that Dan's been to Delaware?
Yeah, he's proud of it. He's from there, he's been there, and he wants you all to know. Watch the middle here. Faked like he was going to go big. Faked the
cutter.
Yep. Busted him.
All right, there we go. We have the first set, and we will be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel presented by Joho Media.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
Hi everyone, my name is Vera Bisanova. I'm the head pro from Short Hills Club in New Jersey, and today I have a tip on driving for you. Quite often I see players staying open with the weight on the back of their feet, which makes them be off balance. But if you can turn sideways, now you can bring your power forward with you on the drive. I'm Vera Bisanova. Hope this helps you with your drives, and good luck.
And welcome back to the APTA Tour. We're here at the Cleveland Masters in Cleveland, Ohio. The men's semifinal against, I didn't say the names first. Dan Hansen and Dan Hersh against Tom Murphy and Andrew Ong. Ong and Murphy took the first set 6-3 with relatively little sweat.
Yeah, they got off to a 3-love lead, and I think when you've got a bit of a cushion like that, you ride it out. You try not to lose any like 2 or 3 games in a row and let it come back, but you know, losing 1 or 2 here and there are okay.
Yeah, they got a little relaxed, I feel like, which is where those games went. Andrew had a tough service game where he faulted and made a couple of atypical errors for him. But really, it's come down to Hersh and Hansen just needing to clean some things up.
Yeah.
I think, you know, if they can stay organized and stay in this formation that they had going a second ago, with Hersh on top of the net and letting Hansen hit the overheads, I think that's their best chance. It changes the look. You know, when they're both off the net like this,
They're not.
it's a little bit of a toss-up as to
Right,
who's
nope.
going to take the overhead.
Right. Nobody can win the point necessarily from back there. Now, when the guy's right there, he has the potential to.
He can do some
He
stuff.
can do some stuff.
Yeah.
He can hit
There it is. This is what I want to see right here. It's a really smart overhead. Oh, he had what he wanted.
Do not feed the forehand. He'll
But
give
you know
up.
what? But by being on top of the net, he kind of got what he wanted. He just didn't pull it off.
Right,
But
right.
He was in exactly the right spot and got the shot that could have been the end of the point. It just ended up being the end of the point for someone else. But I like that positioning for them. I think that's going to be their best chance at getting back into this match. But, you know, look at Tom getting completely out of Andrew Ong's way. I'd rather see him move to the right and get off the court rather than getting behind him, because I think being that far off the net, you know, is not great. Like, for that reason right there. There's nothing he can do with that volley. He had to do a tough pickup, and they got away with one there.
Yeah. You know, this is we've seen a few times. They've been in position to maybe take advantage, and they earned it and then ripped up the paycheck. Didn't cash it.
And they're not missing by much.
No.
They're making the right choices. That's a great shot.
That is so big.
That's money right there.
30-15.
That's some of the fireworks I was looking for.
That's 2 tapes in a row, right? Those are not bad shots.
Nope.
They're not the wrong choice. It's just, you know, a difference of an inch. And
1-0 in the second set.
we've all been there. It's paddle.
Yeah. Starting to see we have a nice little turnout tonight up in the stands here at the beautiful Cleveland Racquet Club.
This really is a great setting for an event like this. We've got 4 great courts with a tiered deck from the hut that allows for great spectating. It's a great club here in a suburb of Cleveland called Pepper Pike. We've got 10 indoor courts, 12 outdoor clay courts, 2 hard courts outside. They've got squash, they've got pickle. Got a great fitness center.
We got it all.
They've got it all.
And
a great
located
setting.
in a great part of the city.
Right down the street from your club.
That's right. Try to work together on a lot of projects.
Oh, you hit the hard drive and then missed the easy one.
Right. It's almost like he took too much off it. It's large.
30-15.
Just got a note with a report from the other semifinal. Rams and Wagner are at 3-3 in the first set against Cohn and Heck. So they've got a good match going on over there. It's been a long first set, long first 6 games.
Yeah. Probably had a few epic long points.
Again, Murphy reading that
Yeah.
beautifully, stepping up.
40-30.
closing the net and making him pay.
Full blitz right there. Unbelievable
Wow.
get.
I don't think Tom could believe that ball came over. There
Second
he goes
blitz.
again.
Wow, second time's a charm. That was fantastic. Well done.
You got to
Well
be
done.
careful with that down up overhead.
And in.
All right, let's see if Hersh can
Yeah.
hold here, get a little mo going. Boy, that looked like it missed, didn't it?
Yeah. The whole thing was wonky from the get-go.
Yeah, I think Murphy and Ong won that point twice.
They may have. Ball don't lie.
I think he thought he missed it too.
Great footwork.
And in.
But that's what I'm talking about. When Hersh is on top of the net like that, they seem untouchable. And when he backs off, I don't know why he doesn't.
Yeah, you know, I don't even think it's like he's afraid of getting
No, no,
driven
no, no.
at. Like I almost think he's
It's just a positioning
yeah,
thing.
he's playing it too safe and doesn't realize he's missing out on now.
Yeah, see if that's where I'd like to have seen them in the I formation with him standing right on top of it. He takes all that away from them when he does that. He's so good up there.
Yeah.
His hands are so quick and soft.
I think it's early to call this a big game, but really, you know, 1-1.
They need to get some momentum.
Yeah,
going.
they got to start somewhere because they can't find themselves down 3-0 again and then expect to climb out without a lot of extra work. So they're going to want to stay in here.
By the way, I don't mean to be too critical here. There's a reason why they're out there playing
Oh.
and I'm in here calling the match.
I thought that didn't need to be said.
I just want to make sure the people listening understand I don't really know.
That is such amazing touch.
That was great.
I could regale the folks with that one. It looked like an overhead that he just dropped.
That's what I'm talking about
Yeah.
right there. I think he missed it.
He
though.
did, but you're right. I mean, look at how Andrew was thrown off balance there, and he was scrambling. He just missed. Working through a uniform malfunction. All right, big point here. Let's see what they do.
see Hansen and Hersh stay really patient here. There
Missed
you
it.
go.
Missed it.
See, he got
Yep.
thirsty. Went for a little too much.
Yeah, you know, it's not a great angle there. Play the long angle across the court. That's a tough one.
But I think, you know, as you said earlier, that if they can slow it down a little bit and just be patient, they're gonna get the error.
Yeah, I haven't.
Make them hit one more ball, right?
I haven't seen Murphy and Ong get too impatient yet. Like they've been stretched to the point where they're starting to make dumb shots.
Well, but the misses that we've seen from Ong were on long points where he
That's
tried
true.
to cut something a little too thin and just missed.
Oh,
He was there.
he was there.
Deuce.
That's one of those, you catch it in the center of your paddle, you make it, you catch it a little off center, and who knows?
Especially because Tom's got such a heavy ball. He really does.
You know, to your point, what you said earlier, with these guys both being forehands in the middle, one guy really can afford to get up there because the forehand's still in the middle. It's not like you're giving up something to a high backhand.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if they got in that I formation and just started hitting every ball at Tom Murphy's backhand, right? Just at some point, there's going to be a trigger pulled or an opportunity presented.
Yeah, right.
But, you know, having Hersh backing up right now doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Right now they've gone into like, let's see who can miss mode.
Yeah. And I think that's honestly what it's going to take.
Yeah.
Be the one willing to be boring.
And out.
You know, Andrew did a great job there, not letting that spinner eat him up. I'd have been breakdancing on the ground probably trying to get that thing.
Oh, that's a tough way to leave.
That hurts.
Okay.
Overrule?
Overruled. It was in.
It was in. You were redoing it? That's fine.
All right. Well, that's.
They want to It's your point. Yeah, it's deuce now.
Yeah. They should take it. It's
Yeah.
That's their right, and they should take the point.
Must have been
Get
in.
it.
Ball don't lie.
Wow.
Did that go over?
Yeah.
Game Hansen Hersh.
Yeah, we got to see that again. Into the
Barely.
net.
That barely went over.
You know, it hit the net so quickly after it bounced on the other side that I thought it was on his own side. I mean, that is spectacular.
Here it is again.
Man,
He's feeling it.
I don't know. It wasn't as good as the last one. I mean, it didn't go back into the net, so he's giving him a chance now.
Again, there's that discipline, letting that ball go
Right.
through.
That's where guys like me and you, Randy, might try and
Run
rely on
right
our,
through it,
We,
yeah.
we try to rely on our height and say, hey, I can reach that. Well, just because you can reach it doesn't mean you should.
We're also old and lazy and don't want to run back. And
That's part of the problem.
Yeah, here we are playing a little cat and mouse.
Yep.
Oh, that's a great shot.
That's boy. His spin is starting to really show here. He's getting more and more comfortable with it, and it is creating some havoc.
And I will tell you, from what I'm seeing, the difference on those overheads is footwork. He's getting in a much better position to hit those shots. And he's not missing them.
30.
Yeah. Really is the foundation for pretty much every sport.
30 all.
Crowd is thickening up here, getting ready for a fun night. Immediately following this, we'll have the ladies' finals, to be immediately followed again by the men's
30,
final.
40.
Yeah, we want to make mention that wasn't scheduled naturally to be tonight, but there's bad weather tomorrow, and I think everyone made the right call by moving it up. And nobody wants to play paddle in the rain. It's not very fun.
It's not your favorite thing to do?
No. I'll finish a match in rain, but I don't want to start one in rain.
I love the flocking coming off the ball after 2 games. That's great.
You're a real mutter.
Deuce, 40 all.
Okay.
Add out.
Uncharacteristic lob long there from Tom.
Deuce.
He took a real cut at that one.
Yeah.
He got what he wanted. Oh, Andrew. I know how to do that.
That was what, 2 or 3 paddle lengths out?
Deuce.
It's funny, like Murphy was up on the net, but Ong just immediately transitioned ahead of him and regained their normal positioning, and that's their game plan.
Yeah.
Add
Ong
in.
is going to just hang along the net, rely on his hands and his touch. Nice lob over the backhand. Very safe
Sure
lob.
was. Ooh, trying to play a little pickleball
Yeah,
there.
there you go. We're seeing more and more pickleball. Nice. Telling you, it looks. He knows it's tough with that spin. I mean, he literally tried to put it down the middle of the court with a safety shot, and he missed 3 feet wide. There it is, right there. That was a good shot.
Game Hansen Hersh.
All right, there's
They
a break.
lead 2-1 in the second set.
It's hard to believe there's going to be inclement weather tomorrow. It was perfect here today.
Clear blue skies, mid 50s.
Yeah, it was a carbon copy from yesterday, and the only thing we could complain about was how much sun there was. And only in the world of paddle do we complain about sun.
Right.
We're the only people. Nobody else does. All right, so first time in the match that Hansen and Hersh has had a lead. Let's see how they respond.
Let me tell you a little bit about the 24-25 APTA Tour. The tour is comprised of 19 events. Almost all of them will be live streamed. Of the 19 events, there are 4 Grand Prix. Last weekend we had the Chicago Charities. In mid-December we'll have Pure Michigan, the former Detroit Open, I believe, December 14th through the 16th. Then the Boston Open in January, followed by Short Hills in early February, all culminating in the national championships in Philadelphia at the Philadelphia Cricket Club on March 7th, 8th, and 9th. So this is a national ranking tournament. So points are given based on how you place here, but the Grand Prix, the points are infinitely higher.
Yes.
So there's a real premium to winning those.
Yeah, he's bringing it out.
Boy, I'll tell you,
15 love.
he's feeling it.
Randy, have you ever been to the Philadelphia Cricket Club?
I have. It's absolutely spectacular.
It's unbelievable. I played a tournament there when I was 18 years old. It was a national grass court tournament, and it, at that point, was the highlight of my life. It was amazing.
I was there a few years ago for the Philly Open and was blown away by the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Special place. Really got On's back up against the wall
I'll
there.
tell you what, that was perfect touch. I think that thing rolled down the wire. He didn't think he had it, but it landed in.
Real looper, huh?
Yeah. Probably a little bit of a miss hit, but fantastic.
Not a bad look.
You know, they're flowing better. He's moving well, like he jumped it. It's not a terrible look. But now that it's 30-15, let's win this point.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. He needs to get right up there, put his belt buckle on the net, and let the other Dan take those over.
Yeah, there's no need for that. Yeah,
None.
I totally see what you're saying there. He's got a forehand as well. Just look for it.
Well, especially when, you know, Hansen's got that so much spin that he can throw in there when he gets the opportunity.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. When two guys are right where they are, it's hard to win a point. It's easy to collect a miss from the other side, but you're not going to win a point from back there.
Ooh.
40-15.
They've definitely put the effort in to get back in this match. Like they're working some longer points, letting these guys miss a little bit more. Nice return.
40-30.
If it wasn't add in, Long might take a few of those forehands and take a rip, but he's playing it safe right now.
Deuce.
Yeah.
A little casual. Let's see if he can shake this out.
Oh boy. Mr. Murphy, well played the whole point. Well
And
played,
out.
sir.
That's why. Right
Unbelievable.
There.
Wow.
That's it right there, right? I mean,
I hope he wins this point for his sake, you know.
There
There
we
you go.
but that's what I'm talking about. That formation, staying organized, knowing whose role is whose. That's
you
where they're
what.
at their best.
That
If they're going to win this match, it's going to be playing like that.
That was an amazing hands play right there. Good for him.
There's also something to be learned for club players out there watching Dan Hansen serve. You don't have to do anything special with your serve.
I think he's showing that. If you can back it up and you've got a partner that can hang in there up there, you're good.
Keeps it low. You know, they can't really crack it. They're driving it, but they're not hammering it because
Another
it's below the
transition.
net. That's a good transition paddle right there.
Andrew may have tried to force that last one and
Yeah.
got busted.
It's easy to say from here that he
Yeah.
should have let it go. But
Yeah. It's a good shot.
yeah. See, Hersh's just got to stay right there.
Game, Hansen Hersh. They
All right.
lead 3-1 in the second set.
Tom was getting bored.
Easy thing to do in this sport. You got to stay with it. It just gets tedious, and you hate it when you have to go 10 more shots than you wanted
Ball
to.
15.
It's the best and worst thing about the sport.
Now you see Hersh,
15
I'm sorry, Murphy and Ong immediately get into their positioning.
Yeah.
Tom goes right up to the net after that first shot. Well,
Yeah.
he was there,
Yeah,
but
he
that was
tried to cover, but there was no
15-30.
recovering from that.
no, that was a cannon.
And there they go.
And here we go.
Oh, that's tough right there. You let it get behind you, and then it hits the fence and dies on the fence, and what are you going to do?
And that lefty spin coming out of that side of the court is tough. Good hand
Yep,
from
yep,
Tom
yep.
right there. Boy, Murphy is really impressive with his quickness,
40.
his hands, his ability to read the situation. Ball was 97% out on the serve.
Boy,
I
I'll
think.
tell you, it was close, wasn't it? I'm still looking at the mark. It's a good ball right there.
Yeah.
Got him in a turnstile.
It's a risky shot, though, that back side wire.
Sure.
If you don't hit it just right, it doesn't hang on the side wire like that. It comes out and it just gives him an easy forehand drive.
That's our lefty on that side, though. So
well, but he's got a big two-handed backhand, too, so either way.
yeah,
Not
pick your
no
poison.
bueno.
Pick your poison.
But he got away with it.
Oh,
Gosh.
boy, he closed hard. There. Closed real hard. Big time shot. What a get.
It's a great lesson there, folks. Keep those feet moving. Wow, that's too bad. Hansen did a nice job defending there.
Well played by
Keeping his
everybody.
feet-
Well
Keeping his
played
feet
by
moving and
everybody
picking
there.
up that cutter. I think Andrew wants to get his racket restrung.
I'll tell you, that was a great call by Dan Hersh to call him off early and take that ball. Forehands in the middle could probably be a little confusing, but he had no doubt in his voice when he called it.
Wow.
I did hit the net. I couldn't see it. I couldn't tell, guys, because he was underneath here.
It's like the net moved a little
It's
bit
hard
there.
to tell.
It's hard to tell, but it looks like the net moved.
So we're back to
Send that to forensics.
Yeah.
Sorry, like I said,
I mean,
Of course.
it's really Tom's.
I couldn't see
It's
it.
really
Sorry,
Tom's
I
call,
apologize.
frankly.
It is, and I can understand why he didn't know if he hit it or not, because his foot was kind of under the net. Great gag, great gag.
pickup.
Wow.
Head out.
Good challenge.
Game Hansen Hersh.
All right, Hansen and Hersh have turned things around.
Certainly
Got a
have.
little mo here. So tell us a little bit about Corient.
Well, Corient is the official wealth sponsor of the APTA's 2024-25 season. Corient is a fee-only wealth manager who puts their clients at the center of everything they do. Learn more at corient.com.
All righty. Got to get on the www. Find out about a little Corient.
That's right. Randy, let's take a quick second to thank those who were in charge of the tournament here in Cleveland. The Masters has been another great event. I know there was a lot of camaraderie yesterday and a lot of fun. I think it's the same thing all day today. Leah Morris and Laura Weiss do a great job of getting everyone organized and get the team making it work to the point where you don't even notice it's going on around you. It's just kind of seamless. So
They sure do. And let's not forget about tour director Karen Najedlik,
No.
our hometown girl.
That's right.
Coming off of charities last weekend and now another great tournament here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Got a family affair here with her husband doing some umpiring.
Right. It's all hands on deck around here.
And let's not forget Leah Morris doing double duty, not only as a tournament director, but also playing in the event.
Right.
Had a tough 3-set loss in the quarters. Really could have gone either way.
Yep.
But she's just, again, done a phenomenal job. Players love playing in this event, largely because of the work she does and the team that she puts together to pull it off.
Yep. Jump the route.
Yeah, there you go. That's that spin you're talking about.
I mean, you can't. You almost have to
You
hit
have to
it.
aim to the other
I
court.
was gonna say you have to aim about 6 feet the other way, just to get the ball down the middle. Stan Wawrinka there.
Not sure what that was.
I'm guessing it's probably a little frustration. Is that a ground rule double?
That is a ground rule double. That's tough when the weather's just a little bit too warm.
Yep. Checking that the ball's around. It's fantastic. So is that.
Great point. That was actually a nice move by Hersh.
Yep.
Just,
you know,
he got stymied.
And I know he didn't get that one, but you know what? They are winning the lion's share of those points now. They seem to be winning those long points, whereas before they weren't.
Yeah.
So. I mean,
wow.
What do you do? What do you do there?
40-30.
I clap.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you could do. It's like
I wouldn't even run as far as Tom did.
I just hit a cutter that came back and off to the side wire. Like, what are you going to do there?
But frankly, I mean, the real difference here has been execution. They just aren't missing like they were in the first set. And I would say in Hansen's case, like I said earlier, a lot of it is just footwork. He's hitting his overheads from a slightly different position with better footwork, and he's missing fewer. You know, some of those ones he missed in the first set were just lazy, easy shots.
Yeah, a little uncharacteristic.
Yeah. Wow, that's a great move by Andrew.
I think it hit him maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deuce.
You mean it doesn't count when it goes back off your shin?
I don't know. I would never say
Not
if
your
I
point?
did. I would say, hey, hit my paddle. What are you talking about?
Oh.
Add out.
Little casual.
Yeah. You know, they're just trying to make it so perfect.
Deuce.
But I like that right there. Hersh ducked, got below the net, let Dan Hansen go to work, and it resulted in their point. That's terrific
Yeah.
right there. Just stay right there. Right?
Yeah, they found kind of a rhythm because we got one Dan right there on top of the net. And you get the other one cutting up balls behind him.
Yeah, so I don't know why he's taking these over.
Yeah,
It was working so well.
yeah, let's stay here and let him do his magic and see if you can jump on one. But now if I'm Andrew and
Add in.
Murphy over there, these guys, they've had some success getting that lob up and kind of jumping and trying to blitz them. If they can get that lob up there, they might be able to jump in and surprise them on a couple.
There it is again,
Yeah.
right?
Game Hansen Hersh.
It changes the look dramatically, right? It takes a lot of options away.
It does. And it's one of it's in. Yeah. You know, the cutter is easy to fall in love with because it's like the one shot that when you hit it right, it will end the point right then and there. The problem is when you hit it wrong, it'll end the point right then and there also.
Love 30.
So,
Yeah.
you know, it's hard to fall in love with a shot that's that low percentage. But I mean, I'll be the first to say it's changed this match a little bit. The fact that
Love 40.
Hansen's been getting it done.
he
Yeah.
has.
There it is. Oh, the around the post.
ATP, baby.
Game Hansen Hersh. Match tied all at one set.
Wow, and here we go. We've leveled things off.
Like, how do you defend that? It's so hard because, you know, he hits it like 3 inches above the ground. So, and it's the one time you can go around the post. So have at it.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here and hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
Hi, my name is Macy Elliott, and my tip of the week is on your roller. A lot of times when I see people hit rollers, they tend to go over the ball because they want to bring it down and create more spin. But when you do that, you're actually going to create a lot of pressure on your elbow. So a lot of times when people get tennis elbow, it's from that. Instead, I want you to go straight up on the ball and pretend like you're going to finish all the way up with your knuckles to your ear. This upward motion will create more spin and it will grab less of the ball than if you were to go over it. If you grab too much of the ball, you don't get as much spin and it's not quite as effective versus going straight up the back and finishing up by your ear. I'm Macy Elliott. Hope you enjoyed this tip of the week. I'll see you on the courts.
And we're back. Welcome back to the APTA Tour here in Cleveland, Ohio with the Cleveland Masters. We're watching the men's semifinal match between Dan Hansen and Dan Hersh. Dan Hansen in the blue. Dan Hersh definitely letting us know he's been to Delaware. Tom Murphy and Andrew Ong. And Andrew Ong has a man bun that would make any man blush. Especially a bald guy like me.
Right. You don't spend late nights on the phone with him discussing hair products?
If I had hair to discuss it about, I might.
I'll tell you what, that set was a very, I know it says 6-1. It was definitely a very well-contested set. I don't think any of the games except for the last game was a quick game. But with the difference is Hansen and Hersh are winning the longer points now, whereas in the first couple of sets they weren't, or they weren't even getting into the longer points. But now that they are, they're winning the lion's share. So, they're really in good position to keep this going moving forwards. But I wouldn't definitely count out Murphy and Ong because they've got shots and they've got a strategy that worked well in the first set. If they can get back to it, maybe it'll take over.
Well, and I like the adjustments that Hansen and Hersh made. When they were staying in that formation that I was talking about with Dan Hersh on top of the net and Dan Hansen hitting those lefty overheads, they were a real force to be reckoned with. But it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep this momentum and, what are Tom Murphy and Andrew Ong going to do to adjust?
Like I don't know if they feel like they need to make an adjustment per se or if they need to just execute their original game plan a little better. It seems like they've been on the baseline a lot more this last set. Like I haven't seen them at the net. I've seen a lot of Hansen and Hersh at the net. So they might be, even on the returner serve, somehow taking over the net and grinding out those longer points at the net.
Let's see if we can't get an update here from the other semifinal match between Rams Wagner and Cohen and Heck. See if somebody can get us a score here shortly.
Third set, guys.
All right, here we go.
We got a new ball. Here we go.
Spin is really starting to take over.
It really is.
That's filthy stuff right there.
He's found his groove. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about, right?
That's how you know you have the momentum, though. Somehow you pulled yourself out of that. When things are tough, you find a way.
But that confusion was a function of
them both being back and capable of taking that shot.
Yeah.
Instead of having one guy up who goes, "That's not my ball."
Yeah. Just duck and get out of the way and let Dan Hansen do his thing.
Oh, you got the second one? Oh, I was looking for that. Okay. Awesome. And has it, I haven't, did it get Okay, great. Awesome. So,
Like that?
Yep.
And
This
that.
right here.
Yeah,
Stay right there. Don't back up. What's he doing?
Your partner is a lefty. He could have had that.
Yeah. And there's just not a lot of value to that, you know. I mean, it's not bad.
No.
But it is what caused that confusion on that point where neither one of them knew whose ball it was.
Well, a tight match, I think any football coaches say it's about execution of the game plan, not like you're not going to just call an audible midpoint and go nuts. That's nice, get. Seeing very little offense coming out on the far side right now. They're just
being patient.
You're being patient.
And I do think, you know, at this point in the match, it could just come down to who's willing to be boring the longest, right? Unless you give them one of those.
I mean, see, that's the X factor right there.
40,
like,
15.
you're giving a guy. I can't tell you how hard that is to make, especially under pressure. And he's hitting an outright winner on it.
And that's the third or fourth one he's done.
Yeah.
I'm usually good for none.
I hit one in a lesson once.
And did that 12-year-old get mad at you? Or?
She wasn't happy. She was not impressed.
It's like, oh, good for you. You're winning the drill. I like these little probing drives with them both back off the net. Right? There it is. I mean, that's where he is just.
You're creating havoc at that point for the other team.
Yeah.
You're making them scramble. Here, they're not even afraid of anything. We just, you know, the other guys aren't on the far side. We're just not trying lobs right, or I'm sorry, they're not driving right now. They're literally putting everything up. Great. Nice. And they took back over.
What transition paddle we're seeing here. Ong did some pretty magical dancing right there to stay out of trouble.
We're approaching the 3-minute mark on this point. That's all it took for me to say.
There you go.
40-30.
Just got to speak up sooner.
That was a big point right there. I'll tell you what. There's that blitz, and you know what? He missed it, and he's going to really regret that, I think, but he sees that.
Set, 1 game to nothing.
He had that.
0. Sorry. Who's serving first? Got it. Thanks. He gave me the high sign.
With all these angles, the camera work's come a long way too over the years. Doing
sure
the Masters
has.
like they're, well, now they're just showing off. They're showing everybody. I like it. I mean, I am guilty. I watch a lot of this at home. My wife will walk in the room and she's like, "This is fun, huh?" Oh, honey, it's fun. Just watch. Watch that 30th lob in a row. See, now look, these guys, look, they're staying back now, so they are literally content with just letting them come in and playing this game. But if you look at the score, this has not been a great way to go for these guys. Andrew and Tom should try to maybe reclaim the net a little bit.
There you go.
15 love.
Let's see if he's willing to come to the net on this ad court. No. Yep. It did come in. Okay.
30 love.
Big time get.
There's a perfect example right there where we're
Yep.
seeing a beautiful demonstration of the prowess that Hersh has up at the net. The second he backed off the net, he left Hansen
He played
in
a
no
gr-
man's land.
And he played like a maniac at that point. It
did.
was great. His feet were great. He made some great gets, and they got him back in the point.
That's a great touch from Ong. I don't know if it's fully appreciated how difficult it is to hit that lob from
Yeah.
the old "I'm sorry, I'm not sorry."
And when you hit that high ball, you're not looking to hit it in the court. You're literally trying to push it into him and take the point right there. So nice. Tremendous get.
I got it.
Big time.
Love 15. Yeah. 15 all. $30-15. $30 all.
Great aggressive return.
Tell you, when Dan Hersh decides to get up on top of that net, it's almost like a Graham McNerney-ish. You know, he's very quick, got good range.
Yeah.
And he's, just taking all that time away. It's devastating if he can just stay there.
Hansen, Hersh,
that's a
they lead 2 games
high risk,
to
high
one in the third
reward.
set. No, yeah.
Well, Hansen and Hersh seem to have found their mojo.
They're playing really well. They're moving great, and they seem to have found the ultimate weapon. When that cutter's been used, it has been devastating.
And it's really put Murphy and Ong on their heels a little bit. They're playing defense now instead of – they came out swinging, and it was working really well for them.
They came out getting to the net a lot and then maintaining the net, and then when they weren't, they were able to take a few off the back wire and surprise them. But now momentum's changed, and a little bit more of the old school paddle style is winning.
Love.
Felt it out, wasn't there. Great gut.
Little confusion.
15 all.
Beautiful return.
15-30.
Now they're in the position they like the best.
But again, I'd like to see Tom up at the net. I mean, he does a great job closing when he sees a drive coming, but again, I'm not sure what that does for them right there. you know.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Patience
30
wins
all.
the day.
May have been a little force at the end.
All right, we've got an update from the other semifinal match. First set went to Cohn and Hack 6-4. Second set to Rams and Wagner 6-1. We're getting ourselves a nice three-setter.
Fans are getting their money's worth tonight,
30-40.
especially adding the final in.
Yeah. It's going to be a long night
Yeah.
in a good way.
You know what though? With with everything happening tonight, it means everyone can sleep in the morning.
I know you and I are.
Game Hansen Hersh. They lead 3-1 in the third set.
They are winning the grinding points. If you can get above 20, 25 shots, they are winning the majority of them. Several opportunities on both sides there.
15 love.
I'm not sure what that was. That was some interesting choices on both sides of the net there.
When a cutter doesn't go well, it can really set you up for some tough ones.
Little cat and mouse.
Mm-hmm. Got it low enough, that's for sure.
Yeah.
15 all.
Sneaky.
Put a little backspin on it.
Unbelievable. Was
There
it
we
in or
go.
out?
30-15.
I'll tell you what, that was some hustle in the back corner. Boy. Beautiful.
You see, Ong has figured it out, right?
I mean-
You get Hersh off the net, and then go for the drive.
Yeah, what I like, I mean, before when they were only lobbing 400 in a row, they were getting shots back 400 times in a row. At least now, they're challenging a little bit. They had to step up and take a few more chances. Nice duck out of the way there.
All.
All right, big point here.
I don't know. You feel a little momentum shift here?
I
feel like Ong and
I feel
Murphy
like-
have turned up the volume a little.
I feel like they understand they have to like take chances again. That's bad luck right there.
40-30.
Big time.
Great move, Tom.
Yeah. Great hands.
Look to see that Ong closed the net there, really took that away from him.
How about that?
Hell of a gut. Whoever wins this point, it's going to have been a hard-fought one.
Yeah.
I should shut up.
Did that just get the lead? Is that what happened there? Did it tick off the top of the net?
First, they lead 4 games to 1 in the third set.
Well, Hansen and Hersh have the momentum.
They do. I think if Murphy and Ong want one more chance at this, like that's, I like to see them get a little aggressive one more time, take them out of their rhythm. Real quick, let me give you a little heads up on the volley machine. Right now, there's a 30-day free trial with volley. So what's stopping you? Get 30 friends together and dive into a full month of elite training completely free. It's that easy. Ready to level up your game? Head over to getvolley.com/myclub and start your 30-day risk-free trial today.
What's stopping you?
What? Yeah, I mean, if we have tomorrow morning off, we should go to the flats
Let's
and get the
go.
machine in the morning. I'll pick up balls. You hit. You start.
Deal. Tell you what, if it's raining and I'm late, start without me.
Yeah, okay. If you're not there by 10, I'll wait till 11. Started with a miss.
Love 15. All.
Boy, Hersh could taste that one.
Yep.
He was set and ready. He knew what he was getting. I like the choice. I think because Hersh is not staying on the net when they lob over there, this is the pattern that they need to find, right? Get him off the net.
Yeah, maybe get one down low at the feet, at the toes when you're in the middle of.
Yeah, that's a good lob.
Oh. Wow. Great get.
That's a great rip.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was the razzle-dazzle you were looking for.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
30-15.
One of very few long points that Hersh and Hansen have not pulled out.
Yeah. As the match has gone on, they've definitely been going one way.
40-15.
Mm.
40-30.
Great cover.
Waiting about 30 shots for every offensive move.
Yep.
All right.
Game Murphy Ong, Hansen Hersh.
You know, I know they pulled that one out, but I do feel like Murphy and Ong seem to be in a better groove when they, I don't mean pressing, but being a little more aggressive,
Yeah.
playing a little faster. I think the slower play seems to be to Hansen and Hersh's advantage.
I think the score shows that. When the match slowed down, the points got longer and longer. It's gone one way. Jumped it. He was on it.
Love 30.
Great hands.
Yep, yep. That's great.
Caught the rail at the bottom there above the snowboard.
Not going to get it off that spot.
Boy, what a great redirect on that first volley. Great move by Mr. Murphy.
He was
30,
He
40.
was there, got what he wanted.
There's a big point right here.
Right, a little update on the other semifinal match. Rams and Wagner are up 2-1 in the third set. The one seeds trying to pull it out and make it to their glory in the finals.
Deuce.
Back to deuce here. A couple of big saves there. Felt like momentum could have switched maybe, so we'll see.
Add in.
Smart play. What a get from Tom Murphy.
Yeah, too much to do it twice.
Great cover. But the slasher got him. That lefty slasher got him.
I'll tell you what, this just in. Tourism is up 200% in Delaware right now. They're calling for him to run for governor.
Hersh is clearly on contract with the state of Delaware. That's funny.
Get your vacation rentals now before they're gone, folks.
Well, we'll see if Tom Murphy can serve to stay in this match, dig their way out of a hole here.
You know, as a commentator, I'm happy to have the match keep going. But I know these guys, they want to end it now.
Yep, and I know the ladies are chomping at the bit to
I
get
know
on
they
the
want to
court.
get out there too.
So just a reminder to everybody, following this match, we will take a short break and air the women's final. And as soon as that match is over, we're going to come back with the men's final because they have pushed the final to tonight due to a pretty much 100% chance of a terrible rainy day tomorrow.
It's nice.
15
Got
love.
caught in the lights, I
Yep.
believe. Wow, it was a great close by Murphy. Just
Sure
a little
was.
too much juice.
Man, it is hard. You almost have to hit straight down on that volley because it's just too much energy transfer. That's great. Both sides.
Such good hands.
Yeah. Good shot by Tom.
There we go.
There's his
Hey,
best
Ong
cutter
got
of the
one.
day. There's his best cutter of the day.
30-15.
Man, that was good. Good blitz.
30 all.
Took it away from him. Missed it.
All right, here we go.
Moment of
Match
truth.
point.
Let's see what we got.
Ong is swinging away.
Yep.
I like it. Not sure whether that was a
I was gonna
drop
ask
shot
you,
or what that
I
was.
was just about to ask you, was it a drop shot attempt or a miss hit?
I think the answer is yes. It was a miss hit on a drop shot attempt. Caught a seam.
Yeah, sure did.
Hersh did a nice job picking it up anyway.
It's, you know, when you move your feet, good things happen.
I think those days are gone for me, Chris.
Yeah, I know. I like to use the tree root approach. Really dig my heels in there. And
I like to let the ball come to me.
that's how we teach it.
There it is.
On match point, no less.
All right.
Gutsy play.
40 all deuce.
You know, if you're Hansen and Hersh, you don't mind Andrew taking that risk. He made it. Okay.
Here we go.
Add in.
Let's go. See if these guys can hang on here. Live to see another day. That's great.
We'll never know. We'll never know if it was going in or out.
Hansen Hersh lead 5 games.
I got a pretty good idea based on what he was trying to do.
Want a new ball? Not for 4 more games.
All right, Murphy and Ong are trying to hang on here, fight their way through a third set. Momentum not quite shifted entirely, but I like that they've dialed up the pace a little bit. They were playing so safe, and it wasn't working for them.
15 love.
I know when you're a server, nothing's better than winning that first point in a big game.
All.
15 all. Good one to jump on. Good one to jump on.
15.
But again, you know, not playing it safe, taking it to them. They're not going to go down by laying down. They're going to go down swinging. They're going to go down.
I like it.
That's the game plan that's been working for them best.
15-40.
Okay.
doing over there, but. Oh, he missed it.
Yep.
Game, Murphy
Okay,
Long.
so now it's 5-4.
Hansen Hersh lead 5-4 in the third set.
Well, they are making a match out of it, Chris.
They are, and it'll be interesting to see how they play this next game because they're serving at 4-5. Now, they've kind of gotten back into this match being aggressive, but at 4-5 in the third set, it's real easy to want to get conservative and just not make mistakes. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this.
Yeah, but as we've been saying, that aggressive play, it's what's gotten them back
That's right.
into the match.
That's right. And it'll be tough because Andrew's been staying back on his serve. So it immediately sets him up for that long, slow play.
No, just your safety.
And if you win only 45% of those points, it's just a slow bloodletting. Nice.
That's good communication from Murphy and Ong. That was a toss-up.
Sure was good.
This is that pace that seems to favor Hersh and Hansen. See if they can continue to control the flow here.
It's almost prolonging the inevitability.
It was a great dig by Andrew Ong.
Sure was.
Hansen could taste that one.
Nice serve. Jumped right into
love.
him.
That's where Hersh is at his best,
Yep.
right? Get that belt buckle right on top of the net.
The angles you can create from right there, can't create anywhere else on the court. Wow. Comes on. Ah.
It's a great read by Ong. Great read by Ong. Got a good jump on it.
I'd love
Pushed
to
it exactly to the right spot.
I'd love to see this broadcast next year have an aerial view, and I want to see how close Ong was to hitting that net from just absolutely straight down. Because he had to be within an inch of the net there. But he made it.
To be young.
All right, next year, drones.
Can't imagine how many ligaments I would have torn trying to stop.
5 games all in the
How many
third
hamstrings
set.
and Achilles I'd snap on my way
On
there.
your way there.
At least you'd get going. All right, 5 all.
I'll tell you, Ong and Murphy have done a fabulous job getting back into this set.
Yep.
Love 15.
If Hansen and Hersh can slow it back down again and take them out of their rhythm, they'll pull it out. That we've seen too much to know that that's their advantage. If Ong and Murphy can keep that pace a little faster, it seems to be to their advantage. That was a brilliant spot for that lob.
Love
Perfect.
30.
Sometimes lobs can be offense.
That's right. Good defense leads to good offense.
God, Murphy's got such a heavy forehand.
Love
You
40.
can feel it right now.
Yeah.
Again, 10 minutes ago, these guys had a match point. It was 5-2. And Ong hit a cutter he'll be telling his kids about someday.
15-40.
And luckily for him, there'll be a record of it. He'll be able to pull up the YouTube
That's
and show
right.
them.
And we'll screw it up with our voices being on it.
He may want to mute it.
30-40.
Boy,
Deuce.
40 love lead and 3 mistakes within 30 seconds. I know they want those over.
Yeah.
See, I'm not sure attacking the guy at the net was the smart play when you've got a guy 3 feet off the net. Like,
Yeah.
get it to him. Especially if you're not going to go huge.
Yeah, they kind of got away with it there, right? I mean, they 2 opportunities for kill shots right on top of the net. It's sort of off-pace drives, right? I mean, those were not. There's nothing.
Probably has something to do with the score.
Yeah. I will say the one thing that I think is a huge advantage for Ong and Murphy is if you watch Ong's body language and sort of the joy that he plays with. You can't tell what the score is, right? He plays.
Listen, it was like we talked about, match point. And he's a beautiful
loose.
cutter. Like he's relaxed. He's gonna hit the shot. He's gonna hit. Well, I guess there's something to be said for that.
I don't know. I always play my best when I'm tight. Forgetting to breathe. Shoulders in my ears. Wow, that's a good lob.
Sure is.
I think that ball was out.
I mean, it happened too quick. I can't tell. Throw the red flag, you know.
That's a smart play. Hersh made the right move.
Murphy spaced
Murphy
himself well. He knew that lefty spin was coming a certain way, and he gave himself plenty of room to make it. A bit of a roll reversal here.
It's a hell of a pickup. But Ong's smart. He's keeping Hersh off the net, looking for his opportunity, because that, you know, when Hersh is on the net, that's when he's the most dangerous. He's no real threat hitting overheads.
Nope. And I haven't seen him or Murphy try a cut shot. Either one of them don't seem to have that shot, or at least not in a match like this. They're not electing to use it, so.
Well,
These guys, however, I mean, that's another brilliant shot.
Add in.
I mean, that thing was otherworldly.
really since the beginning of that second set, Hansen has found his cutter.
Yeah. It might be the single shot that eventually changed the match, because they were relegated to playing slow, but every now and again he could just find that cutter.
Well, Chris, coming up in April, we've got team nationals. Women are playing in New Jersey, men playing in Chicago. It's open to all levels of PTI. Your teams have to be made up of 6 or more players. You have to play within a range of PTI, but it is a really fun weekend.
It sounds like anytime you can play with your friends like that, I mean, how could it be bad?
We had a group of women come out of Cleveland 2 years ago and win the thing.
They won the whole darn thing,
and
huh?
they sure had a good time. So if you've got the inclination, pull your team together. And
would you say April?
It's in April, yeah. Yeah, April 5th through the 6th.
It's not a bad time for the various country club pros to go. Kind of in between seasons right then.
Well, Tom Murphy's going to be serving to stay in this match, get to a third set tiebreaker. See if they can sneak their way into the final. The other semi is still going on.
Probably equally as tight.
Let's see if we can get an update from somebody at some point here.
Love.
Good get.
There we go.
Yep.
All right.
Love.
Oh.
A lot of cheese on that one. A lot of cut.
All right. Let's see if Murphy can hold on here.
Backhand cutter.
Wow, what great hands. What a point.
I got to clap for that one. I'm
That
sorry.
was a good one.
Deuce.
Unbelievable. And now back to deuce. Couldn't come up with the same magic.
Add in.
Here we go.
I guess we were destined for this from the beginning, huh?
Could have just started here.
We could have started
Saved
here.
ourselves a lot of time.
All right, this may not be the time to start inventing new shots, right? Fall back into tried and true. That's nice. I'll tell you what, it started with that good down the line return. That was not exactly a high percentage, but
One. One, two. Sorry.
This
2-1.
serve?
2 serving 1.
Yep.
Wow.
So nobody has held their serve yet. This is back to that pace that seems to be advantage Hansen and Hersh. There we go.
I mean, that might be one of the most important points of the match right there.
Yep. And again, it's Hersh
Opportunity
on top of the
cost.
net.
Absolutely. It looked like a 99% chance that. Follow through at that point. Unbelievable shot. Stop, drop, and roll, baby.
Run away.
All right, good grind.
Hansen. Hersh. Sorry.
Back on serve.
Hansen, Hersh.
Being on serve.
Which means we're on break.
We're on break. It hasn't always been fruitful, has it? Nice head on that lob. Cut it a little thin. Cut it a little thin.
It's going to go down swinging, though. Tom's taking dead aim at that neck.
He is. He's gotten it twice in the same point, and they keep coming up with it. Nice cover there. Murphy with a big cover on that one.
And again, the great discipline,
Yep.
not reaching for it.
You know what? That was a good time to let it go. The first one he made the great save. The second one he knew
Serving three.
his partner could
Hansen,
handle it
Hersh,
back
four.
there.
Murphy on three.
What a get.
I like to see him follow that ball and try and get the next volley too. Get him out of the stranglehold. Yeah,
went for a little too much.
4-4.
I think he missed it. Yep.
Hersh missed it. You think it's tight out there, Chris?
Murphy on 5.
I don't envy
I'm
these
tight in
guys.
here.
Yeah, right. This is the first lead in the match these guys have had in a very long time. Since 6-3-1-0, they've been not winning.
But again, I like Ong's body language. He's got a smile on his face.
Let's put it this way. If you're his partner, you're feeling more relaxed because of how relaxed he is. Like, he doesn't look like he's ready to unravel.
No, he is a study in sports psychology right there.
Nice get. Not bad, Murphy. Almost baiting him, saying, go for it, man. Here you go. Go for it.
See if Tom can stay disciplined and not go too far over that hash mark.
It's the first time we've seen a little confusion there.
5-5.
Good leave.
Wow.
Good leave.
I should say 5 serving 6.
All right.
That's a great shot.
Unbelievable. Maybe they can confuse him with some of that voodoo left-handed magic again. Big cutter taking the wrong angle.
And we just got an update that Rams and Wagner did pull out that other semifinal, so that final will be coming up tonight, not tomorrow morning, as a reminder to anybody who's just tuning in now.
I can't tell on that one, guys. Replay. I swear. I could not tell from here, guys. It's that. I'm sorry. So play it again.
Well, I'm sure that happens all the time.
I don't want to give a match point either, guys. That's the thing. Fair enough. You guys good?
There might be a riot in a moment.
I got it.
So in case you didn't catch that, Tom thought says he touched that ball, which would have given them the match. Good sportsmanship to play it as a let.
Tell you what, it could have been the shot of the day. Dirty. Just had to soften up a little more. Tremendous.
Wow.
Tremendous.
So,
Pretty clutch at match point.
Yeah, very clutch.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Maybe the paddle gods are going to tell us whether or not Tom actually touched that ball.
Right.
6, Hansen, Hersh,
If we
7.
had those drones, I bet I'd know.
6:37.
That's with the timeout.
All right. Murphy serving to stay in the match.
Nice coverage.
Great close.
Yep.
Not much to say here. It's just good, solid paddle being played right here. Nobody's doing anything special, but they're not doing anything silly either. Oh, there it is.
Wow. What a match.
Boy,
What a match.
Hersh and Hansen really dug that one out. Very impressed.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to say. I mean, both teams had a match point. It was fantastic.
Truly terrific. We will never know what happened with that cutter.
Boy, wouldn't
whether or
we
not
like to
Tom
know on that
actually
one.
touched it. Well, everybody, thanks for joining us. We are going to call that a wrap from the men's semifinal here. We're going to come back in a bit with the ladies' final to be immediately followed by the men's final. So stay tuned.
Thanks, Randy. Great job, buddy.
Hi everyone, my name is Vera Bisanova. I'm the head pro from Short Hills Club in New Jersey. And today I have a tip on driving for you. Quite often I see players staying open with the weight on the back of their feet, which makes them be off balance. But if you can turn sideways, now you can bring your power forward with you on the drive. I'm Vera Bisanova. Hope this helps you with your drives, and good luck.
We'd like to welcome you here to the Shorehaven Great Lawn Pavilion.
The facility is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, this is definitely a perfect site.
With about a mile of just open water, it's an incredible view.
Here at Shorehaven, paddle started in the mid-1970s when we got 2 paddle courts here.
We tried to put heaters under the courts, but this flood just kept flooding them out. So we had a tough time in the winter with no heaters on the courts.
As paddle grew and the enthusiasm grew,
the paddle courts just started to get used a little bit more.
It became unmanageable for us to really participate in the league unless we had a larger facility.
So we upgraded to 4 courts from 2. As soon as we built the 4 courts and we had a new facility, so many people came out to try it. They had a great time and they were hooked.
Having the facility has really grown the program.
It's led to a big increase in membership and participation. We went from 20, 25 players to 70, 75 on the men's side.
We grew from 2 teams to 4 men's teams and from 1 women's team to 3.
I think one of the greatest features of the pavilion is the stadium seating, which we were able to do because we built the pavilion up on stilts in order to avoid the flood zone.
We have an elevated view from the pavilion, and then we have benches in front of us. So it's an unbelievably great venue to come and sit and watch paddle.
In fact, this will be the 3rd year running. We're hosting an APTA PTI National.
But this building is not just a paddle hut, it's a multi-purpose building. If you wanted to have some sort of event, whether it's paddle related or not, this is a great facility for the membership to use.
It's used very frequently by people just wanting to throw a party here.
It's very social here at Shorehaven Golf Club. There's a fire pit by the courts, a great facility for people to come and get warm and hang out. We have a keg and pizza, and that really drives the guys to come out on Thursday nights after work, and then they end up hanging out till 10 o'clock at night.
We were fortunate to be able to get the kind of facility that we have here.
Anytime somebody new comes to play, they always comment how great the facility is and how they just loved coming here to play and can't wait to come back.